Hi, welcome back. This is Yoga with Francesca. So today we're going to start in this position I call toe torture. So tuck your toes under, all 10 toes, bring the inner heels together, and then drop the hips on top of your heels. Sit up nice and straight. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Place the palms onto your thighs. Close your eyes or keep the gaze soft. Align the shoulders to be heavy. As you focus in on your breath, feel how you can grow your spine a little bit longer through the inhales. And with every exhale, just feel your breath leaving your body, the shoulders becoming heavier. Could be a very uncomfortable pose for you, so try to keep those inner heels together and just simply focus onto your breath. Keep the chest lifted. Maybe slightly tug the chin towards the chest. Slowly release, coming to all fours. Tap the tops of your feet into the mat, so let the fresh blood back into your feet. And then coming to all fours, tuck the toes under. Come into cow pose as you lift the gaze, drop the belly. Exhale as you come into cat pose, round out through the upper back, tug the chin towards the chest. Come back into all fours. Lift the kneecaps just an inch away from the mat. Squeeze your outer hips, pull the belly in, create a flat spine. Keep the gaze at the top of the mat. Keep the chest lifted. Keep the sternum nice and open. Keep those knees away from the mat. And then slowly and gently start to press your hips high for your first downward facing dog. Bend your left knee a lot. Bring the left knee towards the chest as you allow the right heel to come down towards your mat. Straightening the right leg. Now switch sides. Straightening the left leg. Left heel comes closer to the ground as your right knee comes towards your chest. Come back into center, downward facing dog. Lift the heels high and lift the hips high. Rotate the triceps towards the back of the room. Now separate your feet mat distance apart and let both heels fall towards the right side. Ground down through both palms. Try to lower the heels all the way down to the ground and inhale breath. Slowly lift both heels up to the ceiling and then come towards the other side. Drop both heels towards the left side. Anchor the right shoulder down towards the mat. Breathe in and breathe out. Lift the heels high, come back to center, downward facing dog. Slowly hinge forward into a high plank position and lower down all the way to your belly. Palms by your side, underneath your shoulders. Roll the shoulders away from the ears, coming into low cobra. Keep the elbows by your side. Lift the chest away from the mat. Little to no weight in the palms. Grow longer through your feet. As you press the tops of your feet into your mat, lift the chest a little bit higher. And exhale, lower it down. Now interlace the 10 fingers behind your back, coming into Shavasana. Lift the chest away from the mat. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Now lift the legs away from the mat. The feet are hip distance apart. You're lifting the legs from your inner thighs. Engaging the legs. Lift the kneecaps away from the mat. Reach through the big toe. Lift up. And exhale as you lower it down. Place your palms by your floating ribs. Elbows over the wrist, and inhale, come up into an upward facing dog, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Press into the tops of your feet, roll the inner thighs towards the ceiling, stay strong through the legs, press the chest through the arm bones, roll the shoulders away from the ears, start to lift the chest up towards the sky, and exhale, find your downward facing dog as you lift your hips to the sky. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, step the right foot in front of the left. Inhale the left leg high. Exhale, step the left foot in front of the right. And slowly start to walk forward with straight legs, placing the left and the right foot right in front of each other. And coming to the top of your mat, fall forward. For this pose, I like to use a little bit of an elevation. Maybe a block, maybe just a little pillow, maybe fingertips down on the ground is enough. Create a flat spine and come up onto your toes, lift the heels away from the mat. Engage through the legs, lift the kneecaps up, pull the belly in, maintain the flat spine, keep the chest nice and open, lift a little bit higher, feel how your calves turning on, and release the heel down to the mat. If you have a block, you're using the block, maybe you can lower the block one level lower. And we're going to do that. Lift the heels up, Engage the legs and lower the heels back down to the earth. Maintain a flat spine the whole time. Lift the heels high, lower them back down. Lift the heels high, lower them back down. Lift the heels high, lower them back down, and release. Slowly come on up into a standing position. Bring your hands to your heart center. Namaste. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead and come up onto your tippy toes. Feel the legs engaging. Reach high and exhale as you drop the heels. Fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Lift the heels up. And exhale, round and curl. Bring the forehead to your knees. Lift the heels high away from the mat. Feel the nice opening in the back of your heart as you hold it here up on your fingertips. Release the heels down, flat spine. Inhale, rise up. Reach the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands back to your heart center. Inhale, reach up through the toes. Lift the heels away from the mat. Reach the arms up and overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Release the heels down. Inhale, halfway lift. Lift the heels away from the mat. Exhale, bend your knees, forehead to your knees, round and curve. Drop the heels, straight spine. Inhale, rise up. Reach the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands back to your heart. Inhale, lift up, lengthen. Lift the heels as well. Exhale, fold forward, release the heels down with a flat spine, fold all the way down, release the head. Inhale, halfway lift, lift the heels. Exhale, round and curve, come into this little ball. Inhale, halfway lift, lift the heels. Exhale. Inhale, come up to a standing position. Exhale, hands to heart center. Now bend your knees, coming into chair pose. And in this chair pose, we're going to lift the heels away from the mat. So you're on your tippy toes. Keep the strong core, keep the core strong. Now reach the arms forward, palms facing towards each other, thumbs up towards the ceiling. Stay up onto your tippy toes. Keep lifting the heels as you reach the arms up, biceps by the ears. If you have tight shoulder, you can always open the arms a little bit wider. Slowly press all the way up to standing. Try to stay up onto your tippy toes and then release it down. Separate your feet hip distance apart. Lift up the heels away from the mat. Reach the arms forward, palms facing down, and slowly start to slide down like there's a wall behind you, keeping the spine nice and straight. Keep the legs strong. Keep those heels lifted as you squeeze your outer hip. Pull the belly in. Keep breathing in and out through your nose, creating more heat into the body. Slowly start to press into your toes as you lift up all the way to standing, like you sliding back on that imaginary wall. Keep the arms in the same position. Knock the knees together. Bring the feet a little bit in a pigeon toe position. And slowly as you press the inner knees together, slide down again like there's an imaginary wall behind your back. Keeping the knees together, arms reaching forward, strong core, straight spine. So try to keep the shoulders right over your hips. Keep the spine straight. Now press into your toes, knees together, and slowly press it back into your standing position. Release the arms. Maybe shake your arms if it feels good. Now turn sideways on your mat and come into star pose. Toes out, heels in, reach all the way up to the sky. Exhale, come into horse pose. Bend your knees. Bring the hands to your heart center. Try to bring the knees, the inner knees, towards the back side of you. Now lift up through the right heel. Lift the right heel away from the mat. Keep the left heel down onto the mat and go nice and deep into your horse pose. Now switch sides. Drop the right knee and lift the left heel away from the mat. Keep the spine straight, hands at heart center. Focus is strong, breath is fluid. Release the left heel. Now lift both heels away from the mat. Try to keep the hip aligned with your knees as you lift those heels nice and high. Stay nice and strong in your core. One more breath in. Exhale, release the heels down, straighten the legs, come up, arms by your side in a T. Pull the belly in and exhale, fold forward, standing forward fold. So the feet are parallel to each other. And as you're folding forward, focus on keeping a nice flat spine. Lift the kneecaps up. Let the body weight come a little bit more forward towards the toes. And then maybe grab onto your big toes as you bend your elbows. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Keep the head nice and heavy. Crown of the head is reaching towards the ground. Slowly come on up with the next inhale into a halfway lift. Plant your palms. And then lift the heels up away from the mat. Press into your palms like you're trying to press up all the way into a handstand. Press forward, feel those heels lifted away from the mat, and release the heels down onto the mat. Inhale as you lift up all the way to the top of your tippy toes. Exhale, lower it down. Couple more times, just like that. Lower it down, press it up, come all the way up to your tippy toes. Release the heels down. Come back into your standing fold, and then come up into standing as you lift the arms up into a T. Come down onto your mat in a seated position, hero's pose. Bring the heels together, drop the hips on top of your heels. Now press into the tops of your feet and lift the knees away from the mat. Tuck the chin towards your chest. Try to bring the forehead all the way to your knees. Press into the tops of your feet. You're really stretching the top of your feet. You're stretching out your toes. Hold here. Lots of core work. Release it down. Now we're going to do breath to movement. Release the knees down in between the palms and lift it back up. Release it down towards the earth. Lift it back up. Away from the mat. Release it down. Lift it back up. Release it down. Exhale. Lift it back up. Strong core. Release it down. And hold it down onto your mat. Come down in a seated position onto your mat and roll down all the way to your back. Bring your knees onto your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze, a little hug. Roll out your ankles, starting with the right ankle, turning one side and the other, drawing circles. And then switch sides, do the same thing with the left leg, left foot, left ankle. Draw circles with the left ankle. Reach the feet forward, laying down onto your mat. Arms by your side, finding Shavasana. Let the toes fall out to the side, palms by your side. Gently shimmy your shoulder blades together. Take one more deep inhale breath here. Exhale as you let everything go. Just simply stay here, letting the feet fall out to the side. Letting the shin bones to be heavy, the knees to relax. Just watch your breath. Quiet your mind. If you feel like you're ready to move out from it, bring the knees onto your chest. Roll up into a seated position. Bring your hands to your heart center. Namaste. Thanks for practicing with me. If you like the video, please hit the like button. Subscribe to my channel if you like to practice with me. See you soon. Namaste.